What is going on, everybody? Depraved / Sharon. We are back with another music reaction. I'm Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
And together we are
HellaDepraved.
I'm way too excited for this. And it's not really an exciting type of song.
Yeah, we got hyped on the King Crook song we just reacted to.
We did. Okay, so somebody had reached out to me middle of last week to late last week and asked that we cover 2 Ekoh songs. The problem is, one of them we had already heard. So technically it's a review, which is what this one is.
Right.
So just to give you a little bit of backstory, Ekoh was up for our tier list
like a month ago.
Month and a half ago, something like that.
And you can go back and watch that.
Right. So he was up on our tier list, and so Ekoh got put in S tier. And the way that happened was I was at work, and the way I've basically been doing the tier list is I listen to 4 to 5 songs from an artist on
Plus
Spotify.
what we've already heard.
Right, on top of what I already heard from Ekoh at that moment, which I think was only 1 or 2 tracks, plus the Cypher verse. But, so I was at work listening to the 4 or 5 songs on Spotify.
He thought.
And then hour and a half later,
you realized
I had been through 10, 11, 12.
How many songs
and
happened
didn't
in an
stop,
hour and a half? Yeah.
Just kept going.
He was vibing.
I couldn't stop. Dude is fucking amazing.
Right.
So then the next day, I put him on in the car.
As we were
so she
running
could listen.
around, yeah. Yep. That it happened. And we actually did watch this music video too,
right,
because of the nature of the song.
Well, the night I heard the song and I was like, this song is fantastic. So when I got home, I wanted her to hear it. So that's when we found out there's a video. I hadn't seen the video at that moment. We watched the video, and it
hits hard.
It's a hard hitter. So the song's called Daudrie, and it is about technically it's about 2 people. The only one I'm familiar with is Audrey. I don't remember her last name. But she was somebody who went to a college party.
She was like 14 though.
Right. High school or college. It might have even been high school.
It was high school.
Got drunk, got taken advantage of.
Well, yeah, it was manipulated in order to get drunk.
Right.
In the first place, and then raped.
And then when she came back to try and do something legally, they got off.
Of the charges, guys. It was the popular kids. So she got bullied at school because nobody wanted to go against the popular kids.
Right.
Even the justice system was saying she had put herself out there. She must have been asking for it. Just got complete abuse from everybody, honestly.
And at the end of it, she
committed suicide.
Unlifed herself.
Yeah.
We're not technically allowed to say the S word.
Oh. Okay. Well.
She unlifed herself. That sounds like a comical way to say it.
She unsubscribed.
That's fucked up.
Why are we not allowed to say that's
It's a hot
bullshit
button issue.
It should be.
Right. I 100% agree with you.
I don't agree with you.
And our channel would not be taken down for it. It's just more of...
Your list grows daily, YouTube.
True.
I'm not amused.
So with that being... Could you hand me my Mountain Dew real quick, baby?
Sure. Maybe.
So with that being said, again, we have heard this song.
Yes.
We have seen the video. This is 100% a review.
I
can already tell you now we love we love the song, and we will be talking about things.
We did tell the person that requested it, but it was still asked of us to post it. So we will. We are.
Yep. Again,
it's a topic that really should be talked about.
Definitely. Definitely.
It's another S word.
Unlifing themselves. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is Ekoh featuring Almost Normal. The track is called Daudrie. And we're not crying, you are.
Right.
Let's get it. Oh, and real quick, almost forgot. We are going to react to this. If you have already seen it, I mean, we have. If you have not seen it, please click the link in the description below. Go hop on over. Hit the like button. Hit the sub button after you watch the video if you like it.
Honestly, this is one of those that the music video is also relevant. You definitely should watch it first before watching a breakdown about it.
Right.
Yeah. It's a story.
Comment, let them know we sent you, and then come on back because we'll be here. And I said it because we will be pausing it to talk about things. This is probably going to be a much longer reaction than normal lately.
Yeah.
It's already 5 minutes and we haven't even started the song yet.
It's a huge topic, and it should be.
So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is Ekoh featuring Almost Normal, Daudrie. Let's go.
Why do I feel like I'm losing all control? Sounds are fading, can't speak. Where did you go? I'm screaming, can you hear me now? Tell me, can you hear me?
It was a typical night, not much to do. Her and her friend just hanging out in a room. And they were never the cool girls in school. Someone texted them, they didn't know what to do. Said that they were just chilling and watching Netflix. He said that we got some liquor, come and kick it. Now he was older, they didn't think for a second he would ever want to hang with them, especially some freshmen. But who knows, maybe he'll think they were cool. And when we go back to school, they will look at us differently, right? She asked, she said she was down. They said cool, and they picked him up around the corner. A little tipsy already, cause they had been drinking some vodka that they found in the liquor cabinet earlier. They had never really drank, so needless to say, the thought of drinking too much had never occurred to them.
Now, I wanted to pause this to talk about something very briefly. I personally highly advise to begin with to not underage drink. Now, I'm not saying I didn't. I'm not saying she didn't. I don't know if she did or not.
That would be a lie. Yeah.
But especially in a setting like this. Now, with the way I did it, not that it makes it any better, but I was under supervision of...
At least you were safe.
My mom.
Is what I was going to say.
Supervision as in she didn't know I was drinking, but I was at home.
And didn't go anywhere.
Yeah. And I say this because a lot of teenagers think drinking is the cool thing to do. Going out and hanging with people, getting drunk, having a party. And I'm telling you now, like, it's not. There's so much trouble. Like, there's a reason there's an age limit on it. There's so much trouble you can get into, and I'm not just talking about legal trouble.
Right.
This song is a prime example of the types of things that can happen if you are not in a secure situation.
Safe place, yeah.
Like, don't do it because some cool kids are doing it. Don't do it because...
You need stress relief.
You need stress relief. Guys, you're a teenager. Your life is supposed to be stressful.
It's going to be stressful. The hormones, everything. I mean, another standpoint on that is the human brain doesn't stop developing until around 22, actually.
Right.
But 21 it's an okay age. If you introduce some of these substances before your brain is fully developed, you can cause retardation of the actual progress and make it so that you become more likely to be addicted, less likely to have full development occur in which you can control your emotions, your memory banks are 100%. Like, I did drink. I did not drink at parties.
Right.
And part of the reason is we spent a couple years of my life in England, and there it's more acceptable to introduce kids to, say, wine or beer at dinner. It's watered down, and of course it's your parents' prerogative and supervised by them. It's with dinner. And my parents are winos. So they always had an entire wine closet, and I was supervised. I did drink sometimes when they didn't know, but it was always at home. I never went anywhere. I never drove. I wasn't at parties with people I didn't know, which is one of the big things. Even as adults, as a 38-year-old female, going to a bar by myself is not something I would ever do.
No.
Going to a bar with just a few female friends is still sketchy. I mean, if I do go out, since I'm also a huge introvert, I normally go with a mix of female and male friends, and I leave with them too. And there's always a designated driver. But going just as females, it doesn't matter if it's underage. If you're around people you don't know, guys, people are stupid. You know, there's all sorts of things that can happen.
So there's always, not always, but
There's always risks involved.
there's always risks involved. And honestly, a lot of these parties, guys are there looking to get a female drunk.
Well, even at bars. Like
Even at
they
bars.
say, don't take any drinks that don't come in containers that you can't open. Don't leave your drink. I mean, like, it's scary, guys.
Right.
So honestly, if I want to drink at this point and relax, I do it at home with people that I already know.
Right.
We don't go anywhere, you know?
Exactly.
Earlier, they had never really drank, so needless to say, the thought of drinking too much had never occurred to them. Snuck out the house and got in the car. They said the house isn't too far away, so they parked and then they walked a little bit before they snuck into the window of one of the kids' basements. The coolest kids on the football team, and it was 5 of them all laughing. It seemed like everything was all good enough. Poured the liquor, said you gotta drink out of the bitch cup now. She was game, didn't want to seem like she couldn't hang, so she drank it all down and then she swigged the bottle. By the time she looked around and couldn't find a friend and thought that something wasn't right and started feeling awful. It's where it all gets hazy. She remembers being picked up and carried to a room. It all started going fuzzy, fading in and out. She came to, he's on top of her with his friends around. No, stop, what are you doing? Quit playing. She couldn't really move and she was so drunk, but she kept saying it. She kept saying it. He put his hand into her pants, she didn't know what he was doing. She said it again, tried to push it away and she said no, but her eyes would barely open up and she just couldn't move around. Felt him take off her shirt and couldn't tell, but it looked like his friend had started filming too. Heard the sound of his voice, breath.
I am so glad that I didn't grow up with social media being a thing. Not that, again, I was such an introvert, guys. It's not that I wasn't young and dumb, because I certainly had that going for me. But there wasn't social media, and I was such an introvert that I wasn't interested in parties like this, like, period. But
Let me tell you this. Well, first, let me just say, if you are the kind of guy that is personally cool with what is going on in this video right now, one, you are a piece of shit.
get off our channel.
Get off our channel. I don't want your support. Don't need it. Two, as a father,
Yeah.
if this ever happens, there will be no police involved. They will never find you. Ever.
I'll help. Like, big time help. Having been...
I don't care how big you think you are.
You're not.
You're not.
Having been...
And and this is, I don't care if you're 12. I don't
Right.
care if you're 15. I don't care if you're
60.
32. When she's an adult,
Yeah.
I will kill you, and they will never find you again. Mark my words.
Unfortunately, having been in situations like this, not drunk guys, again, not a partier, but being a teenage girl and above, being a girl, having had friends that have been in very similar situations to this. Yeah. If you're one of these guys, or you're one of the guys that would film it and not stop it, not get the chick to safety, if you're even one of the guys that thinks it's fun to get somebody that fucking drunk, I don't care if they're a guy or a girl. I honestly don't care. If you get them so wasted that they can't do anything and then you let stuff happen to them, whether it's sexual or not, you're a piece of shit. You're not a friend. And you deserve to go to jail or be dead, depending on what you did or did not do. So, but yeah, this is a hard hitter. It's, yeah.
Certain couldn't tell, but it looked like his friend had started filming too. Heard the sound of his voice, breath on her neck, felt his hand push her down, and that's it. It went black. Tape cut right there. She don't remember anything after that. She woke up to the sound of her her mom shaking her. Her front yard, 5 a.m. in the middle of winter. Said the temperature was 21 degrees and her hair had almost been completely frozen to the concrete. Still hazy when she walked back inside. She remembers that she kept on asking if she's alright then. Took her clothes off to put her in the bath. Saw some marks on her body and asked if she'd been attacked. But she couldn't really even put words together and the whole room was spinning. She just started crying. The next thing she remembers the doctor asking her questions, and even now it's really hard to recollect it. They said rape, and now the cops are showing up, asking where she was last night and what happened, but still in shock. Her brother had found her phone with all the people she had texted last night in the snow. They took him into custody. It made the news. A small town football player had been accused of sexual assault. She didn't know what it was called and really felt like it was her fault. The next day at school, she was outcast. The whole student body, they had heard about it. And she just wanted to pretend it didn't happen, but the word of this video had got around. They called her slut, said she was a lying bitch, and why the fuck would she accuse someone like him to get attention? And even if she wasn't lying, she probably wanted it, and if she didn't, she should've drank and learned her lessons. This all feels like a real bad dream, and everybody keeps staring. It seems like she can still feel the spots where we touched her.
I'm really, really, really fed up with victim shaming, guys. Like, I just have to point that out. First of all, you know, in the middle of winter, and they discarded her like used trash on her front lawn. And if her hair was almost frozen, she could have gone into hypothermic shock just from that. And when you're drinking, you lose a lot of body heat, guys. Like, you can't thermoregulate like you should. And, you know, all of us fuck up, especially, like, our first time drinking or this, that, and the other, and to be told that, oh, it's a lesson that you need to learn, you shouldn't have done that. Like, come on. Like, quit being so hypocritical. It's not that you haven't fucked up in your life or gotten that wasted or done something stupid. You know, just because you're going against the cool guys, like, they're not cool if they pulled this shit off, guys.
Right.
They're not cool. I don't care what awards they have, what sports they play, how hot they are. They're trash. And everyone should have been behind this girl. And unfortunately, this happened in pretty much the area I grew up in.
Right.
And I can tell you that had this happened, say to me, I would have gotten the same reaction. I would have been banned, basically, at school, blackballed, because everyone would have been behind the cool kids.
Yep.
So, it's bullshit.
Man, everybody keeps staring. It seems like she can still feel the spots where we touched her. Her life is over. How can anybody love her now? And even adults think she's making this up. And all the friends she did have are too afraid to speak up. Pray to God that this will just go away. And she keeps counting the days until this court case is over. Just a little validation. Said she ruined his life. It's amazing. Let these thoughts just run all day and go to sleep now. The only way to escape it.
Charges were dropped against 2 teens accused of sexual assault. The county prosecutor says he did not believe he could prove the allegations against the 2 teens beyond a reasonable doubt.
She woke up to the sound of her mom screaming first. Said they let them all walk, thought she was dreaming first. They were kids and had the whole life ahead of them. And not to let some little mistake and a girl threaten it. Plus the dad was a senator with connection.
That's
Oh, no. In a
epic
situation like that,
bullshit.
your life should be ruined.
Absolutely.
That's why I said I will kill you.
Absolutely
If this
ruin
happens to my
somebody
daughter.
else's life. And your
Right.
life does not matter more than theirs because you're the cool kid or because of who your daddy is. I don't fucking care.
No.
Yeah, you're still a piece of trash. And guys, adults telling kids, like victim shaming kids, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Seriously? You're gonna tell a little 14-year-old that it was because of what she was wearing or that she fucked up and got drunk or... No. You know, you should know better than that at this point. It's disgusting. It's just... The whole dialogue on human nature that comes from this is absolutely disappointing and disgusting.
Their dad should have lost his seat on the Senate, too.
Oh, there should have been a whole bunch of repercussions that came with this. Civil suits,
I mean,
medical
thankfully,
bills covered.
at the end of it, they created something called Audrey's Law.
Yeah, but you know
But
what? She shouldn't have had
it's too
to die
late.
for
It's
that.
too late for it to matter in this case.
Right, for her.
It's-
It's too late for it to matter for her. And those kids went on to live their
life.
lives, which You know, I'm sorry if you ruin somebody else's life, if you have that complete disregard, you're written out.
It is a good thing.
You
I'm
hands
in
it in,
no
you're-
position of power.
I think it's a sad thing because legally I feel like they lost all rights. That's just how it is, guys.
I feel like it's honestly a death sentence.
Yeah. I would 100% agree. I am not one of
Punishable
those
offense.
complete pacifists, guys. There are certain things that if you have decided that you're going to forfeit the rights of other people to that level just to get your rocks off, I don't care if it's rape, murder, whatever, you've just forfeited your rights. You no longer matter, and you shouldn't matter. You shouldn't be relevant.
To the sound of her mom screaming first. Said they let them all walk, thought she was dreaming first. They were kids and had the whole life ahead of them, and not to let some little mistake and a girl threaten it. Plus the dad was a senator with connections. Just boys being boys, they had all learned their lessons. Couldn't believe it, she just wanted justice.
And that's
And
bullshit.
more than that, she just wanted them to admit it. But she was disregarded, and then the backlash. They had her name attached to slut, made into hashtags. Up on Twitter, the notifications blew up, saying she should kill herself, that she deserved it. And nothing from that night and all the court dates since could have prepared for the hurt those words did. Sick of crying and being under a microscope and having her womanhood be the topic of the conversation. Half the town thinks he's innocent. Happy to get him back on the field so they can win again. Turn the computer off and chuck the phone like what the fuck happened to my life, cause I don't know. But future ruin, the reputation is nothing, and she keeps taking all of these pills but it don't numb it. She said fuck it for the last time. Maybe these people on Facebook are right. Grabbed the belt she found in the top drawer, then she took it to her bathroom to tie it up. Could barely see through the tears, but she kept hearing people call her liar as she stepped on the lip of the tub. You don't know how dark this life gets. Sick of living her whole life in regret. So she took a deep breath, closed her eyes, and then she stepped.
Why do I feel like I'm losing all control? Sounds are fading, can't speak. Where did you go? I'm screaming, can you hear me now? Tell me, can you hear me? Why do I feel like I'm losing all control? Sounds are fading, can't speak. Where did you go? I'm screaming, can you hear me now? Tell me, can you hear me?
I mean, honestly, the statistics about it being the most underreported crime, why the fuck would we? You know, I mean, with that kind of backlash, and that is what happens. That is what happens. 90% of the people around you are going to blame you and victim shame you. The cops, I mean, look, a lot of times they do try and do their job. There's just not enough what they consider physical evidence to prove a he said, she said story, unless there's DNA, obvious signs that it was, you know, unconsensual, witnesses, whatever. I mean, I'm disgusted that there was a video out that the cops could see and it was still viewed as, we have to drop this case because, I mean, which was, by the way, the senator. It had nothing to do with how much they had, evidence-wise. But why would you put yourself through that if at the end of it, all charges are going to be dropped and your reputation is ruined because of people being dumbass hats? I just, yeah.
I mean, don't get it wrong. Like, we understand that state of mind, but at the same time, like,
Justice needs to happen. I'm not saying don't report it. I'm saying I completely understand why you wouldn't.
right. We definitely urge you to report it. It's because if you don't report it, then nothing can happen.
And the other person will never be held accountable
Right.
in the long run. I mean, the thing is, yeah, they didn't have a record or anything, but it was made public enough that those kids are going to be watched somewhat. And if it starts popping up, because, you know, if they're going to do it once, it's not boys being boys, guys. Like, if you are that wretched that you're willing to go that far, that young, in terms of tormenting someone else, taking what wasn't offered and isn't yours, the likelihood is it'll pop up in other areas of their life at some point.
Right.
It's the nature of it. It's not boys being boys. It's not a slap on the wrist and you get time out.
No.
That's a serious fucking offense. So, honestly, they should have been tried as adults.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's something else I was going to add to this.
It's hard to think on that one because it hits really hard and it's really, really sad, but then it also makes me extremely angry. So, and there's the topics of bullying, there's the topics of suicide, there's the topics of rape, and of course the justice system being a fucking joke half the time, and all of that gets me riled up and angry. So,
Right.
I do want to point out that as far as this track for Ekoh goes,
It's an
first
amazing
of all,
song.
it's an amazing song. Almost normal, beautiful on the hook, but the fact that Ekoh could write this, and it's from somebody else's perspective, a female, you know, it's amazing, his storytelling capability and ability to step in someone else's shoes for a while.
So let's see. Covered the song. I threatened people's lives.
Yeah.
Told people to get help. We missing something?
Sanity?
We've never,
Yeah,
there's no such
I
thing
don't
as
know that
sanity
we.
in our life.
Yeah, do we have some?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there's numbers up on the screen, guys. If you need to talk to somebody, and the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline's on there as well. She's already said the S word, so I'm no longer going to refer to it as unlifing in this video. Rage quitting.
Deal with it.
There's memeable terms for it, but regardless, it's
a serious issue.
It's a serious issue.
Yeah. I'm pissed that they made that like a hot word because it's like they left it open for all of these meme terms for it, which make it more lighthearted.
It's I'll explain it later.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this review. If you guys like the video, slash that like button, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, comment down below what did you think of Ekoh featuring Almost Normal with Daudrie. Also comment down below if there's anything else you guys want to see reactions to. Check the description below for all the things.
Push our buttons. Come join us on our other social media platforms, mostly Twitter if you want a response. That's also another way to drop your requests for music for us to react or review to.
Right. And with that being said, we love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Cannot wait to see Depraved people later.
Night,
Peace.
y'all.